Another one of the principles that we're going to be looking at is shape, which we looked at before in our bubble letter project. And shape is an enclosed area. There are two different kinds of shape. Geometric, like the science of math called geometry, which uses man-made objects that you can measure. For instance, circles, and I'm just going to show you some things that you can use around your house. Circle, square, triangle, and maybe a big circle. You can overlap them. What we're looking for is shapes in between that we're going to do something with. So these are geometric shapes. They're man-made. They are measurable. It is a branch of mathematics. Organic are things that come like up from the earth and are much more lyrical. These are organic shapes. So I just want you to see the difference, and that's going to lead us to our next part. This is the project I want you to do. First, I want you to get a piece of paper. We need to have it a square. So the way to make a square piece of paper is to fold it diagonally, unless you happen to have a square piece of paper. And then I'm going to fold on that mark to create the square. Now I could either cut this, or another way, if you didn't have scissors, would be to bend it back and forth on that fold a few times. And then gently rip it by, I'm on a placemat so you can see them. Otherwise I have a white table. You won't be able to see what I was doing. Voila! You have a square piece of paper. Now what we're going to do is choose whether we want an organic or a geometric design. Your choice, completely up to you. I think I'm going to do a geometric because I have all my implements out here. Obviously it's a little easier to do the organic. That doesn't mean it's the way you want it to be. You make the choice. I will tell you, in my home, I have a lot of geometric things. I guess I have a preference for geometric. Square. And I'm going to make this design all over my paper. Notice that I don't feel inhibited by the edge. I just want right off the edge there. That's okay. I'm just going to make a few more. Just for the example, you can make yours a little bit more complex, but don't get carried away, because this is really about color. And one more maybe over here. All right, I'm finished with my geometric design. Here comes my cat. This is Indy. Indy, you can't be part of the lesson. Oops. So the next thing I want you to do is to divide this into 4 sections. Now, by the way, I should have mentioned this right from the get-go. When I'm tracing my shapes, I'm doing it with a Sharpie because you won't be able to see it if I do it with a pencil. But you are using a pencil, okay? You have to use a pencil. And so now I'm going to divide this into 4 different sections, and I can do that however I want. Maybe I'll just do it straight stripes. There we have it. Now, each one of the 4 sections that I made is going to be one of the different color schemes that you learned. So for instance, I may want to put primary here, secondary here, complementary here. Now, if you're going to do complementary, just do one of the complementary pairs. Easter, Christmas, De Beers. Don't do all 3 because that would be all the colors. And say monochromatic or analogous. There's one color scheme you won't use because there are 5, and I only want you to use 4. So what you're going to do is get your colored pencils out, and I will show you what this looks like at the end. But actually I want to do a little bit of a demo quickly. I don't know how long this video is. But let's say I'm doing red and green, because that's my complementary pair. Remember Christmas. So when I'm coloring, I'm going to have to take it off this placemat to do this. 2 techniques to get solid coloring, and we do expect you to do solid coloring, is I like to make a fence or a line, and then you can use even a hard edge right there so that you stay in the lines. And that's not quite solid enough for my liking. I'm going to go in the other direction, which is called cross-hatching. So you see, it doesn't have to be colored really hard like that, although that's perfectly fine too. But you can make your solid coloring by cross-hatching. And remember, everything in this section is going to be a red or a green. Now, it could be a tint or a shade of a green. Doesn't have to be the same color, otherwise that'd get tricky. How are you going to put them next to each other? And this will show me that you understand the color schemes. Okay, that's it.